Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Founders Club Zoom tonight. And let me say this, if you guys are not excited about what has been going on over the last week or so, then you're somewhere under a rock and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But let me tell you, your points should be way above what they were last month. And I'm hoping you guys took the advantage of getting some new signups to get your inception points for Founders Club. I hope you guys worked with your new people or even your older people to help them either hit quick start or get a rank advancement. Because let me tell you, this was a great time to take advantage of that. And I saw the flyers that you guys put in under the post I made, and obviously you guys have been taking advantage of that. So great work on y'all's part. Give yourselves a little pat on the back for doing awesome because y'all are awesome. And we have a special guest tonight that has been with us on the last, I think, two or three Founders Club groups that we've done, and has been a rock star with Founders Club. So that's why we asked her to jump on and talk and give us some of her tips and tricks and strategies and everything that she does to earn Founders Club. So, Nita, if you would unmute yourself and come on and share with us some of your knowledge.
Well, hello. I got on. I was trying to sign on with Freedom 2024 and I was freaking out a little bit. So I'm on. It's 24, not 2024. So my topic is keys to success. And I feel that I recently have figured out some of the ways to make this work, which I didn't in the beginning when I got started. I've been in Singular for 3.5 years, and I had no idea what Founders Club even was in the beginning. Even when I got to go in the Founders Club lounge and all that stuff, I wasn't sure why I was going in there. But I went and I got the free things they gave me, so it was all great. But I didn't know what I was going across stage for. So to learn that, I joined this group. And I think it was last year was my first year to be in your group. And it just turned a light bulb on for me. So thank you guys for doing this because it really does help all of us. So what I figured out first and foremost was my mindset was not right. I did not think this was for me. I thought it was for the top people in the company. And, I stayed with the group and I kept listening. And I remember Melissa told us um, to picture yourself there, put yourself on the chair and the whole thing. And I really did. Whatever you guys said, I really was doing it. And, picturing myself there was one thing, but we went on the family trip that summer and we passed by the Hotel Zalara or whatever it was called in Jamaica. And I thought, I can be here. I was just down the road from this hotel. I can do it too. So that really opened my eyes. And when I got back, I really started working hard at it. Couldn't believe I actually did it, but I did. So that was great. So my first trip was to found Jamaica last year. And I changed my mindset from this is not for me to why not me? Everybody else is doing it. We all start over in October. So if you've got that stinking thinking going on like I did, change your mindset because it is for you. It doesn't matter who we are. We can all earn this trip. One thing, another key to success is accountability. So we've got accountability people that hold us accountable. We've got our accountability groups, and so many of our groups are of my group are on here, and I really appreciate them. They're your own private little cheerleaders. So it's great to have your accountability partners. Surround yourself with those positive types of people in life. I'm not even talking just singular. I'm talking about in life. You've got to live it right and everything comes to you in life. So, the being surrounded by like-minded people is refreshing to me. I enjoy that. And if you are around negative people or people always complaining or whatever, get away from that. You don't have to stay in the group you're in if that's the case. Find the people that are going to be positive for working with you because it does make a big difference. the positivity is contagious, just like the negativity is contagious. So remove yourself. You don't have to be ugly about it. Just remove yourself. Find a new set of people to work with if that's what it takes. Another key to success, self-development. You've got to do that. I would not know anything about how this Founders Club works if I had not joined this group and learned about it, because I did not know about it. I didn't know what it was all about. But even beyond Founders Club, tune into the Zooms. Being around these people and learning from them builds your self-confidence. Definitely does that. So I tune in here. Robin Packard, I love learning from her on Wednesdays at noon. We have team Zooms. We have room at the top. We have all kinds of things that you can tune into. So do that. Definitely do that. Another thing, write down your goals. And you can think them, but write them down, because there's something about writing it down makes you really want to do it. So write down your goals. And then when you show up to these Zooms and you get the call to actions or whatever, do it. You've got to do the do. You can't just sit there and watch it and say, oh, it's not working. Well, you have to do the do. It's not going to work for you if you don't put your 100% in on that. So you've got to show up. You've got to be consistent. You got to be determined and show up authentically. Be real. Be yourself. We don't need two of anybody. We need you. So show up and be yourself. Another thing, get to events. I reluctantly went to my first event, which was 3.5 years ago, whatever it was, when I joined, because it was in Dallas. I didn't want to go. I didn't even want to do this, but I went because it's not far from me. I live outside of Houston in a small town, and I did go, and I have not missed an event since. I absolutely love going to the events because you hear about filling your cup. It does fill your cup. The positivity, it builds the excitement. This is the neatest group of people I've ever been around. It really is. So the excitement that you get from that, people see that in you. And when you're talking to your customers or you're doing your lives or whatever it may be, they see that in you. People want to know, like, and trust you. So you want to show them the excitement that you have. So be real. Okay, so that was about you and your mindset. So another portion, leading others. Melissa's got us, I don't know if all of you are in this, but we're in this book study with Lead Like Jesus. If you're not in it, check it out because it's really good. I'm enjoying this. I've got the book. I was a teacher for 30 years. I don't really like to read books, but I do like to listen to books. So I listen to it and I read it. But this is really, really good. You got it. Yay. Who else do you want to try to be like besides Jesus? It's been a long time ago since he was around, and we're still trying to lead like Jesus. So check that out if you don't have it. This is a team effort. And you rise by lifting others. You've heard that over and over, but it's so true. We have to work together and support one another. And it needs to be love-centered. We've got to come from a place of love. People are trusting you. Be sincere with them. You want them to believe in you and you want them to follow you. So it all has to do with being love-centered. You want the best for what they are. You're not using them. You're helping them. You want to help them get better at what they're doing, which in turn is going to help you. But that's working with a servant heart. It's not what you can get out of it. It's what you can do for someone else. So change that mind thinking if that's what you feel, because you need to be working for others and rewards will come to you in turn for that too. So you're equipping your people for success. You want to guide them to reach their goals. And when they do, you definitely want to celebrate them. And you know what? Even if they don't reach the goal, celebrate what they did. All the little wins too. That's important to celebrate all of that. Let's see. They succeed and you succeed. Finding partners. That's an interesting topic in itself. Finding partners. So find something that you have in common with others. And, I'm just thinking about my own partners that I'm finding. A lot of these people are, teacher friends because I spent 30 years of my life being surrounded by teachers. So a lot of them are that. And I just, working with teachers is just something that I'm used to. So that's kind of a commonality for me. I don't have kids in baseball and things like that any longer. I've got grandkids, but if you've got that going on, find something that you have in common and build a relationship. This is a relationship building business. So think about that. Now, then when you do talk about this is something I had to really grow on because I did not want to talk about the business end of it, but you've got to lead with the business. So be bold and get comfortable at doing that because it will make a big difference for your business. So talk about the business. Why would you hide that from someone? I can think, all of us on here, I'm sure we all have the same thoughts on that. The business is great. I love the supplements. That was not a hard sell for me at all. The business end of it was a hard sell because I didn't want to do it. But now that I know what it's all about, I don't want to hide that from anyone. I want everybody to have the opportunities that I have. So you've got to lead with the business too, because you don't want to leave anybody out. I have to say, there's one girl in October. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought she would have wanted the business. She actually is my daughter's age, and she wanted the products. And I said, you know what? It's a free sign up. Do you want that? Never thinking she'd do it, but I don't leave anybody out. She said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I know my mom and my sister, and she was given names like, okay, let's do it. She got 2 quick starts. So, I would have not thought to tell her. And look, I would have missed out on all that too for her. And it's really helpful to her because she has a baby that's in ICU. Extra money coming in is definitely needed for her. So thank God I didn't leave her out because she did need this. Um, let's see, the duplication and production. That is something I had to learn also. So duplication is doing what I talked about before and doing it with new people and to just keep duplicating, and then they do it with their people. So it just filters down. That's duplication. So production is just making the sales. You're not really going to build a business doing that. And I can speak from experience because that's how I got started. I was a production whiz. I was signing up people left and right, but I wasn't talking about the business much. So I wasn't really building a business. And you can only get so far doing it that way. But I didn't really know better. And I remember I was invited to an XLC, and Mark and Rudy were talking to me, and they were asking, so are you duplicating? And I'm like, yeah, I'm duplicating. Well, I didn't know what duplicating really was. In my mind, duplicating, I'm doing the same thing with everybody. I'm signing them up, blah, blah, blah. That's not duplication, let me tell you, so you don't make that same mistake to those 2 people in particular. That's not duplication. That is just production. I had a high rate of production, but I did not have a high rate of duplication. So going to like XLC and these different things I go to, I learned a whole lot about that. So duplication is filtering it down. You teach your people and they do that, the same things. So an example, in October, I had 5 partner signups, which was like, yes, this is great. So of the 5, don't expect this to happen with every single one of them. So for instance, I've got one girl, Sarah. She got both quick starts. She got her X5 in October and November, and she earned manager. So she's in the accelerator program. She's trying to go for the silver manager. It's gotten a little hard for her now because you know how it is from the beginning, sort of like you get your warm market taken care of, then you got to work a little bit harder, but she is a worker. But that was a great success story that's going on right now. I had another girl that she got quick starts 1 and 2. Then I had one girl, a quick start 1. Got to take everybody where they're at, And then I had two that signed up that didn't even get one sale. So it's okay, that's 3 out of 5. I'm okay with that. I'll take that. If I had not had five, I might have gotten the two that wouldn't have had anybody sign up. So take them where they're at and go from there, because not everybody is getting into it for maybe I didn't get into it for what I'm in it for now. I didn't know all of this. So when you learn, you do better. So this is sort of where Tony did a great job the last time. And what Tony talked about is what I originally was thinking in my mind I would talk about. So I had to like shift a little bit, but just sort of a recap of Tony, or my recap of Tony. When you do get a new partner, you really need to follow these steps. So the first step, you need to get them to think about their goals and write them down. Because, like I said, not everybody's in it for the same thing. Some people may just want to, they may just want to pay for their products. When I finally did it, I thought, okay, if I can pay for my products, I'll do this, because I don't ever want to stop taking the products. So that was my goal too. But whatever their products are, get them to write it down, because you have to create sort of that aha moment so that they realize, oh, I can do that. So we'll talk about that again, but get the goals written down. Then ask, how much time do you have to dedicate to this? I'm retired now, so I'm able to dedicate a lot of time to this. When I was teaching, that would have been much harder for me to do, but I still would have done it. But I wouldn't be able to do, I'd have to be more efficient, I'm sure, about the way I work. But I do dedicate a lot of time. If I'm going to do something, I try to do it right. So that's just in my character. That's what I'm doing. So just find out what they want to do. If they don't have the time to do it, that's fine. Take them where they're at and help them from wherever you can go from. And ask them if they're coachable. Are they going to listen to what, the pointers you have? Because, it sounds kind of mean to say it, but, you run with the runners. And, I can't keep pulling people along. I will help you do whatever I can. But if I'm going to have to pull too much, that's going to wear you and me out. So I need to know, how much do I need to do to help you out here? Because if you don't want the help, it's okay. We'll go from wherever. So that's my first step. Step 2. Now we need to figure out how to share and who to share to. So have them make the list. And think of course, family and friends. I have to tell you, though, family can be the hardest to sell, I think. But, make your list. Have them make that list and write it down. Because when you write things down, I'm a note taker. I've got all kinds of notes here. So when you write things down, it becomes more real. I think I need that written, and I need to see it and hear it, all of those types of learning. But write the list down. Then, it may be for weight loss. That was my thing in the beginning. It may be for wellness. It may be for the travel. My gosh, I love to travel now. Didn't even know all that. And it just may be that they're goal driven. They want to achieve goals. So I'm kind of like that. You give me a goal, I write it down, I do it, and I go for it. So there may be people like that. So we come in all different shapes and forms. Then have them invite to whatever your results group is, because they need to get in there and start seeing what's going on, seeing what there is to offer. We have results groups, and I've since made a new one of my own called Health Haven. And I really like that. I steal from other places, whatever posts are good, and I put it in there. So it's kind of like they're all in one place, and my people put their people in there. So it's just a smaller scale of some of the bigger health, the groups that we have. And then help them to create a post. We want to announce their business. And I have some very coachable people that do exactly what you tell them to do. And it's like, it's just a blessing to have these people, because I'm learning by being able to actually have somebody do what I'm saying to do, because not everybody's going to do that. So create the post so that they can make their big announcement that they're now in business and they're here to help. And when people comment on that or like it, keep that list. So step 3, you've got the list. They need to call these people on the list, show the excitement, and ask for their support. Even if they aren't interested, just if they would, give the time to let them give their little spiel on this so that they could learn from that. Because people will do that. They will do it to help them. Uh, they can do it themselves or put me in there. That's all great. Often they'll do it themselves. And then when it comes to actually talking about the supplements or prices, they put me in there. They can also use Facebook Messenger and create 3-way chats. I like that too. And then, you can go FaceTime or go in that messenger chat and do a face call. We do that kind of thing. And, all of this is creating your duplication. What they see you do is what they're going to do, which I have to say, when I got into it, I didn't know all this stuff because it wasn't done with me. So I was kind of like a blind person trying to find my way. So I don't want anybody to have to go through. I feel like I wasted time that I didn't know, in the beginning. So if I know something, I want to teach people so that they will do it and cut off that time that I wasted. So this is creating your duplication process. So you really do need to do that so that people know to do that too. And then sip and seeds, that's a great place so that they can come and taste the products and hear about them. And it doesn't put all the pressure on your person, your new distributor, because we're all in there together. I like being with somebody too, because you kind of play off of each other. And then, we've got the city meetings sometimes. So when they come out, corporate comes out, that's a good thing too. So that's step 3. Step 4. So the talks. Whenever you do get into a talk, like somebody is interested, from the beginning, the sponsor talks, the new partner sort of listens, chimes in, and you go from there. Then the second level of that, the new partner does the talking, you sort of sit in there and then go from there. So you're building their confidence. And you're also showing them you never work alone. We do this together. We are a community. So that's a good thing too. We're a team, so you need to stay in the meetings, stay connected, join your team meetings, go to the events again, build your connections, be eager to learn, and that will help you to be successful. I know with my kids in the classroom, it was a fighting battle to try to excite them and make them want to learn. But the bottom line is they have to have that. They want to do it. It's so much easier to teach them to do it. So, your job is to keep people inspired so that they will want to do this. Um, we're not all lucky to have the Sarah I have. She's absolutely amazing. I talked to her today. She said she has almost $2,000 in 45 days. I mean, that's amazing. What Zingular's putting on the table now, who doesn't want to do that? I mean, she is one go-getter. She has multiple streams of income. She's a realtor. She works for a vitamin company, which sounds a little, but she said we don't overlap much. So she's doing that. She babysits her grandkids. She's doing it all. She called me and told me about what her goals are before this month started. She said, I got to where I am. I got people signed up. Now I really need to work harder on getting partners. And I'm like, where has she been all my life? She's great. She knows exactly what to say and what to do. So she's working hard on it, but it is getting a little bit more difficult because her warm market, she's kind of going through that. But she did a video even before I even mentioned it to her. She did an unboxing video. And it's like, you are so on, you know exactly what you're doing. I interviewed her to showcase her because we have a lot of the same friends around. I taught her daughters. So she did the interview. She was great. We did a sip and see. Not a lot of people to show up because it's really a bad time. It was before Thanksgiving, but I was determined to give her that opportunity because we are trying to get her to manager. And we did it, but it was a learning experience. So it was great. She goes and she meets for lunch dates with people. She's doing all the things that you want people to do. So she's learning the duplication process so that she can teach her people when she gets them. She has a few on the line that haven't committed yet. So in closing, I just wanted to there was something in this book. It's so much good in that book. I was actually going to pull something out of there and go from there, but there's so much good stuff. I couldn't narrow it down. So I just sort of went with this, kind of still doing what I was talking about with what Tony talked about. But in the book, it talks about um, being a light to others. So Matthew 5:16 says, in the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. So that just is Jesus explaining you should be a light to others, regardless of their personality. We're not all the same. That's a good thing. So he compares a lamp to a light that should be placed on a stand to give light to the surrounding area rather than hidden under a basket. Of course, you don't want to hide this. People should live in a way that reflects the light of God through Christ, and that others should see the glory of God in their lives. So that takes me to, there's a prettier copy than this, I'm sure, but the I Am Singular Award, Mark Walker wrote. In the end, it says, and if you don't know it, you really need to find this because it's very good. It's what we should all try to live our lives like. It's not just singular. These are things we all should be doing. But in the end, it says, we will be that light on the hill that shows others how to truly live. We are singular. So, my call to action for you is to be the light. Let God's light shine through you. Let people see that light. Let people see that enthusiasm, and your life will be better. So, not only singular, but singular is a big part of our lives. So, there you go.
That was awesome. I loved how you brought in the training that Melissa is doing with the Lead Like Jesus. I need to get in that group, Melissa. I don't know why I'm not in there, but we'll talk about that later.
Everybody's welcome. And we actually skipped last week. So I'm doing 2 weeks this week. So it's a great time to catch up.
Awesome. Nita, let me tell you, those were some amazing points. I've got 2 pages of notes. So I hope everyone else has at least 2 pages as well. And the steps that she gave you, and the steps that Tony gave you last week, those are the things that you need to be focusing on to help get your new partners going. Okay, don't skip any of those steps. Okay, don't skip any. We do them for a reason. So that I love that. And another thing I loved is you being really vulnerable and talking about productivity versus duplication. And I think sometimes we all get in that trap of feeling that we're doing something really good and we're being productive. And being productive is good, but are you duplicating the productivity down to others? And that's exactly what we need to be focusing on. Are we making sure and duplicating things down so we can help our new people grow, our existing partners grow, maybe partners that are struggling, we need to help them bounce back. This is a great training to be reaching out to people and making sure that you're giving them everything they need to be successful. Amazing training, Nita. Melissa, is there anything you want to add before we just go ahead and close it out tonight?
Yeah, I see people that are asking to be in that group. send me
Melissa
a
is
message.
Great. Yes, that group is really great, Melissa. I really do enjoy that. Yes.
I'm learning a lot from it. I'm learning a whole lot from it. So yeah, just send me a message and we can get you in that. And Nita, girl, that was so amazing. And yeah, the duplication versus productivity, I was scared at the beginning to talk about the business because I didn't want people to think I just wanted them to use the products because I wanted to make money off of them. That was in my head. That was the lies that were in my own head. But when I realized that I was hindering them from a way to pay for the products that were changing their lives, that's when everything changed. So you've got a gift. Your job is not to determine whether they need it or not. Your job is to tell them and let them decide, because by omitting information, you just made that decision for them. And you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You made the decision that they don't need a business without ever asking them. You made the decision that $500 would mean nothing to them extra a month because you just omitted that information. So your job is to tell them. Is there, if they can decide yes or no. If they say no, it's okay. It's okay. Just tell them. So that was so good. I got so much out of it too. So thank you so much. Yeah, and just shoot me a PM and I will add you to that group. And like I said, we skipped Sunday. This has been a rough week, so skip Sunday. We're gonna double up this coming Sunday. So it's 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoons Eastern time. So I love you guys.
I'm gonna add one more
ahead.
thing quick. How do you know what Nita is doing is working? Well, let me tell you how you know. She already has one unique account. She already has 3 quick starts and 47 Founders Club points. We're just finishing up the second full month. Okay. So we're not even a quarter way through, and she's pretty much halfway through what she needs to do to earn the trip. So I hope you guys, like I said, took some notes, apply what you learned tonight, because it's working for her. It will work for you. So Melissa, do you feel like closing us out?
Yeah, I can do that. I can go ahead and I'll just declare Ephesians 3:20 over everybody. God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly more than we can think or ask, because we honor him. His blessings are going to chase us down and overtake us. You're in the right place at the right time, and I declare a boldness to rise up in you. God is going to open supernatural doors. People are going to seek us out, and we are going to rise in the ranks, and we're going to earn that Founders Club points, because a Founders Club trip, because we give him the honor and glory for it all. All good things come from the Lord. Love you guys.
Amen. Love you guys. Have a good night and God bless.
Thank you.